video. We have an update actually on the John Morant thing, the John Morant trade. He's been traded to the Trailblazers. So we're just gonna watch that video now. If you was here for the last video, yeah, it should be probably going up in like tomorrow, or whatever. Like at I don't know, about like 5 o'clock ish a.m. and then I'll go do the thing. But without further ado, let's get into this video.
Two-time NBA All-Star John Morant has been traded to the Portland Trailblazers for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray.
Whoa, hold up. Time out. Time out. Just time out. Time out. Wait. Time out. Wait. Okay, we're just gonna keep it on like that. Okay, bro.
John Morant's value across the league in trades with the Grizzlies had just plummeted.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's officially over. After months of rumors, a benching, a trade demand, and an entire league acting like this man had the plague, John Morant has officially been traded. He is a Portland Trailblazers, which is what makes this story really freaking confusing. Because I'm not sure a single person on the entire planet had Portland on their list. You go back to our old videos and we never anticipated.
I thought it was gonna be like Heat or something like Heat. Or Timberwolves, something like that.
Portland would be a trade destination. And the reason for this is Portland has a lot of freaking guards. So the moment the news hit, everybody had this
same reaction. What the
exact reaction.
Doesn't Portland have like 1,000 guards?
Drew Holiday, Damian Lillard, Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp, and now John Morant. We're going to get to that because it means that Portland
put all guards on there.
Might be cooking up something bigger. But Shams officially dropped it. Memphis sends Ja to Portland, and they get back Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. That's it. No mystery superstar coming back. No giant haul of draft picks. And here's the part that should make you laugh if you saw my last video. Memphis didn't get a single draft pick in this deal.
Crazy,
not
man.
One. But that's because for the last
so much money on this dude.
2 years, we heard that teams wanted Memphis to pay them to take Ja off of their hands. And it turns out that was basically true. So I'm going to break all this down. Why out of all teams did the
Portland bro, I think it's because they want to make it like a bigger dynasty, bro. Or whatever.
Trailblazers do this? What Memphis actually walked away with, and what could potentially be coming as a result of this trade? Because this is very simple.
This epic music, bro.
To when the Minnesota Timberwolves traded Julius Randle to the Brooklyn Nets and then rapidly turned around and traded for LaMelo Ball. So before we get to the content, we are giving away 20 copies of GTA 6. All you have to do to enter is subscribe, turn on our notifications.
There's no way. Hold on. Wait. What? What you gotta do?
Nets, and then rapidly turned around and traded for LaMelo Ball. So before we get to the content, we are giving away 20 copies of GTA 6. All you have to do to...
That's like $2,000, bro. Full edition, light or full?
Subscribe, turn on our notifications on this channel, and I'm also running the same giveaway for followers on my Snapchat, Instagram, X, and my TikTok page. And now that we got...
God, dang, you wasting like 20 bands. 10 bands or something like that.
That out of the way, cue the intro.
Yo, I love this intro. Who cooked up this intro, bro?
Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? I hope you're ready because today.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
Is probably going to be a triple upload day. Lots of NBA news here today, guys. But for now, let's break down this actual trade. Memphis sends John Morant to Portland. In return, the Grizzlies get Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. The early grades are already rolling in. Bleacher Report gave Memphis a B and Portland a B+. So let me give you a rundown. Jeremy Grant is a 32-year-old veteran forward who Portland fans have been begging their team to trade away for about 2 years now. He signed a massive 5-year, $160 million deal back in 2023, and there's 2 years left on that.
It's too much money, bro. God dang.
$34.2 million this coming season, with the player option worth $37.2 million the year after. So at first glance, this might look ugly for Memphis, but here's the thing. Grant actually makes around $8 million less per year than Ja. His deal is
Dang.
shorter, and he comes with zero off the court baggage. Oh, and the dude can still hoop. He averaged almost 19 points per game last year. For a Memphis team that just wanted to get rid of Ja, this is a totally reasonable piece to take back. The other guy is Chris
Murray.
Murray, the twin brother of Sacramento's Keegan Murray. He's a young 3-and-D wing on a cheap little $3 million contract. He's a perfect fit for a rebuilding team that's collecting young, cheap talent. But the headline of this whole return is
It's crazy.
the fact that Memphis did this without giving up
You can make millions just by getting drafted in the NBA, bro, at this point.
a single draft pick. Think back to everything that we covered.
Remember, whatever, Rose, they gave him like, or was it John Wall? That they gave him like $49 million just to stay home, bro.
Reporting all summer was that teams wanted the Grizzlies to attach first-round picks just to take Ja.
You constantly hear with Ja that he remains a negative value asset, that that's the way he's perceived. And so, that means, the Kings, they had legitimate
Joins the
interest in Ja, but it was always with the disclaimer that they wanted draft assets.
FanDuel was crazy, bro. He's so spot out his FanDuel.
To him, they weren't alone. I mean, that was how a lot of what the Grizzlies GM Zach Kleiman was facing in negotiations. It seemed like maybe the only outlier that was going to come and save them was the Heat, but that was if they missed out on Giannis.
At this point, his value is so low. Like, I'm not just going to give him up for nothing.
No, I agree, Chandler. But with Ja and Memphis, I do think they are there. He's not there with the fans,
Who is this? Who these two random? Bro?
Always reps with the market and talks about how much he loves being in that market, which that is the tough part for the Grizzlies.
LB cap on in the NBA meeting, bro.
It's not a real popular place.
Remember, Ja was a negative asset, primarily because injuries took away his athleticism, he couldn't stay healthy, he hasn't developed a three-point jump shot, and on top of that, he has a horrible attitude. He's constantly getting into trouble, and he was viewed as toxic to a locker room. I want to be clear, this is not the Ja Morant of 2022. So as a result of Ja's negative value, originally teams were expecting Memphis to attach first-round picks just to get Ja off their hands. So the fact that Memphis turned him into a useful vet and a young wing and kept every single one of their picks, for where his value had fallen, in my opinion, this is a huge win for Memphis. It's not exciting.
Humongous. Like you taking the negative out of it. Now you can bring more players in because you had his contract so large. And now, because I think the guy salary gaps and everything. Caps. Yeah, you got salary caps and everything, so taking the huge thing off because, yeah, he wasn't winning it for him. Boom, and boom. Nice.
But hey, at least this wasn't a salary dump and you got some real legitimate contributors to your team. But here's where it gets confusing, because adding Ja Morant is cool and all, but where exactly is he gonna play? Let me read you Portland's guard rotation after this trade. It's Ja Morant.
They already got him inside the thing, bro. Oh my god.
Damian Lillard, Drew Holiday, Scoot Henderson, and Shaedon Sharpe. That's 5 legitimate NBA guards on one team. That's a traffic jam at the guard position. Dame is back in Portland coming off of a torn Achilles. Ja's coming off of an elbow injury that ended his season. So now you got
an elbow, just dunking too much.
Two ball-dominant, undersized guards, both coming off of serious injuries, who both need the ball in their hands to be effective, sharing the same backcourt. And the wildest part is, this isn't some mess that Portland's planning to sort.
Actually shoot, bro. You're just getting fucking bro. You had to develop a shot, or look, right. One dude that can drive, but you can have one dude that can shoot and drive. So which one are you gonna keep more? Lillard, right? So if you're just gonna use, and then what if Lillard gets hurt? Your team is going down because Morant can't shoot. The only thing he has is driving. Is driving going downhill. Bro, the only thing y'all have is, I don't know, the best thing y'all got is like layups, dunks, and everything. But hey, man, whatever y'all. If y'all can turn this around, hey, props to y'all.
Later, according to Crispy Haynes, they intend to start Ja and Dame together on purpose. So here's what makes this fit even messier. Portland was a bottom five three-point shooting team in the entire league last year. So what do? They go at Ja Morant, a guy who shot 23% from three last season. That doesn't fix the problem. That makes it even worse. You cannot put Ja and Dame on the floor together and expect anybody to be able to space the court. Which brings us to our conclusion here. This cannot be the final form of the Portland Trailblazers roster. You can't keep 5 starting caliber guards and call this a plan. A bigger move is coming, and the insiders know it. Evan Sidney said it flat out right after the trade. Another huge move is certainly coming soon for Portland to clear this logjam. And once
Well, he go pass it to him and he go drive in. Ha, nah.
see who they're really chasing, the entire Ja Morant trade starts to make a whole lot more sense. Because Ja might not be the last domino to drop in Portland, he might just be the first.
Dang.
Partnership with Seaman is great because the professional
You just sure you dissing everybody, man. Like,
do an awesome job. Enzo Phelps Construction is a large general.
Which brings us to the main question here. Why? Why would Portland willingly cram a 5th guard onto the roster? And honestly, when you sit with it, there's
what if like 2 of them got hurt? Boom, you got like a backup, bro.
very legitimate logic here. Portland's been stuck in the worst spot in the NBA, the middle. They're in purgatory. They've got a legitimate young cornerstone in Denny Avdia. They're good enough that they're not going to tank for a top pick, but they're not good enough to actually contend. And Portland's just never been a city who lands the big free agents. I mean, the last time a free agent chose Portland was when Damian Lillard decided
Returns.
to go back to them after tearing his Achilles and Milwaukee waived and stretched him. So when you're stuck like that, how do you find your second star? Well, you take a swing on a guy who's available for cheap. And love him or hate him, Ja Morant, when he's right, was the most explosive guard this entire trade season had to offer. This is a buy low bet, plain and simple. Best case scenario, Ja gets out of the toxic Memphis situation, gets healthy, and Portland just landed a top 15 talent for pennies on the dollar. Worst case scenario is it barely cost them anything and they move on.
Really high pixelated, like, brother.
And as a bonus, they finally dumped Jeremy Grant's contract. But here's what makes this whole thing actually click. The Ja Morant trade might not even be Portland's big swing. It might just be the setup for it. Because this is the same Portland team that chased Giannis hard this summer, and they lost out to Miami. They didn't pack it in once that happened, they pivoted. Mark Stein and Jake Fisher reported that the Blazers are now actively pursuing Jaylen Brown. And Sam Amick says Portland is considered the front runner to land.
Bro, holy lag.
Even with Boston reported
Holy lag? Why am...
asking for as many as 4 first-round picks.
So with the question just becomes, how much ultimately are they willing to put on the table for Jaylen Brown?
And the wild thing is,
100 mil?
Portland can actually pay that. Thanks largely to that Damian Lillard trade back in 2023, they're sitting on a stockpile of draft picks. They have 9 first-round picks. 6 of them are
Dang.
and Yossi Goslin pointed out that even after taking on Ja, the Blazers still have the room and the tools to make another big move. So put it all
Up 3 draft picks, is it?
together. You've got too many guards, you've got a mountain of picks, and you're the front runner for an all-NBA wing. That surplus of guards plus those picks, that's your Jaylen Brown trade package. So that's the move that the entire internet had Portland penciled in for. The Dame, Ja, and Jaylen Brown big three. There's just one problem. And I know I just spent 2 minutes telling you that another move was coming, so yeah, you could scratch all that. Because right as I was putting this together, Shams dropped this.
This was their big move as of right now. My understanding is they're not involved with Jaylen Brown.
And the reason why is the wildest part. Portland views Ja Morant as their big move. Not a setup, not phase 1, but the move. Even with 6 guards stacked up on the roster. So that whole Brown package I just walked you through, it's dead.
Dang, bro. Like, well, hey, he just wanted to, get something out of it.
The plan is just Ja Morant, and honestly, that's what makes this even more confusing, because it means Portland looked at a backcourt that was already overflowing, went and grabbed another ball-dominant guard who can't shoot and said,
Yes, that's our guy. This is the move we're making.
so there's no second star coming to make the spacing work. It's just Ja and a traffic jam of guards. That is a massive bet on a player that the rest of the league just gave up on. On the Memphis side, this one's a lot simpler.
Jaw, I ain't gonna hold you. Like clutch dance collective.
They've been blowing up their roster for the past year. They traded Desmond Bane for a mountain of draft picks from Orlando. They did the same thing with Jaren Jackson Jr. during the trade deadline. They are officially blowing it up and starting over. And the centerpiece of that fresh start is Cam Boozer, the number 3 pick in the draft, who just
Man, is actually pretty good. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, all you talk about the number 3 pick. Cameron Boozer.
basically every Player of the Year award in college. They want this to be his team now. There's no room for a 26-year-old, $200 million point guard who's already told people he's done playing there.
What's wrong to you, man?
Go ask Coach Sal.
Now that I didn't look like you had your usual interview tonight.
Go ask Coach Sal what?
You feel like you should play more?
Go ask Coach Sal. Should I play more?
And honestly, this is the cleanest exit that Memphis could have gotten. Trading Desmond Bane last summer for 4 first-round picks, and then trading Jaren Jackson Jr. in February for 3 more, and now they've turned Ja, a guy with negative trade value, into a useful veteran and a young wing, while keeping every single one of those picks. That's a front office that knew exactly
your dream to play for that. And what, yo, I got a crazy frame, bro. He's not even holding the ball.
Was doing. They took the most untradeable contract in the league and got out clean. The Boozer era in Memphis officially starts now. So what do I make of all this?
And he's number 12, bro.
Here's my
replacing this, bro.
Take. For Ja Morant, this is the single most important fork in the road of his entire career. One path. This is the fresh start that saves him. New city, away from all the Memphis drama, away from the coach he clashed with, a clean shot to just hoop and remind everybody that he was once the most electrifying player in the NBA. I would genuinely love to see that version of Ja Morant coming back. But there's also the other path, and I can't ignore it. This could be Ben Simmons all over again, or this could be Derrick Rose all over again. A guy who was a star, got traded for a fresh start, and just kept falling. The injuries don't just disappear because you switched jerseys. The shooting doesn't fix itself in a new city. And the fit in Portland, like we just broke down, is genuinely messy. Here's what I keep coming back to though. We made an entire video saying nobody in the NBA wanted Ja Morant's contract. And what just happened? He got traded for another team's bad contract and a young role player with 0 picks coming back. That's not a team winning a Ja Morant sweepstakes. That's a salary dump dressed up as a jersey swap. The fall is complete. The only question left is whether Portland just got the steal of the summer, or if they just...
You like your team, and then they call you up like, yo, you're getting traded, bro. We're gonna trade you for Ja Morant. Yeah. Can you please call up your homeboy? Yeah, he's also getting traded, you know. Yup, y'all are getting traded to the Grizzlies. Yup, yeah. I know you're sad, but this is the move we need to make, bro. I don't care if you're the 2 best. You're gonna be the 2 best on another team. We're trading 2 for 1 special, my dog.
Inherited somebody else's headache. So let me know in the comment section down below what your grade for the trade is. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike.
I'm your boy Quantum. This is the official update. He actually did get traded. It's not fake. I trust the dude with my soul. And I did the research before. I didn't do no research. But make sure you subscribe to him. Make sure you subscribe to me. This is a great watch. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.